So, the Sudoku method. You tried it out and it probably didn't work out quite as well as you were hoping for. If you're not familiar with the Sudoku method, it's essentially bringing 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 more like cover layers that you can put outside again in order to create like a grid of 9 items that you can wear interchangeably, essentially kind of gamifying the whole packing process. I mean, it's kind of cool as a concept. And it kind of gives you 27 different wardrobe options if you can like interchange everyone 3 times 3 times 3, right? In reality, what's probably happened to you could be that you try this out and by day 4 you realize that you didn't have any clean tops, for example. So yeah, it's a cool method. I think it's too rigid, so I want to share a little bit of a better option for you, or at least some augmentations so that we can make this better. This is what I've learned having traveled carry-on only for the past like 12 and a half years at this point, like half the year I'm home and half the year abroad. So the thing about this Sudoku method that I don't like personally is that it's not flexible. It's very rigid since you have to wear like... It's hard to call it rigid at the same time. Like if you're just going for a weekend trip, sure, you can wear this. It's probably great. You won't start stinking. If you start extending it any longer than 3-4 days, what's going to happen is that your tops are going to need to be reworn, which this method doesn't take account for. Nor does it take account for weather, activities you have planned. What if you're going for a run during your Sudoku packing trip? It's not really going to work out, is it? So what happens in that case is that you start having to bolt on different outfits on top of this, so like, essentially like augmenting it, which I think is a fine way to go about it if you just want to have something that it's fun to pack. You know, it's cool. It's kind of like a trendy way of packing. That's why I'm even talking about it at this point. And I want to encourage like packing light as much as possible, so I'm gonna feel bad about dragging down on this so much. But here is the problem with it. If you're gonna use this Sudoku method alone, I mean, like I said, you're gonna have to bolt on additional outfits, especially if you're gonna have any activities besides like walking back and forth between your hotel or accommodation and having perfect weather. Beyond that, like I said, rainwear is going to be cold. Do you have to do something special? Do you have like an activity? Do you need some formal wear on top of that as well? Well, then you're going to have to start adding more stuff on. And that's just the Sudoku method plus your old typical packing style, which for many, or at least many of people I work with, is that it means a lot of guessing on top of that, which is just gonna stuff your bag fuller. So for me, either you're gonna have to do laundry every second or third day, or we're gonna have to make some changes to it. So first of all, I want to talk about what I love about the Sudoku method, and that is the fact that it is a capsule wardrobe made a lot very fun, since it's essentially interchangeable items, right? So definitely keeping that part of this in a better way of doing it is a good way to go about it, I think. What I really dislike about it is this very strict 9 frame aspect of it, and that forces you to have... I think having 3 layers for a general trip is overkill. So what I would do is and move maybe 1 or 2 of the layers over to probably tops. Realistically, also you could use them as bottoms, but I would say if you move 2 of those over to tops, in that case you have 1 outer layer that you can wear, and then you have 5 tops, which means 5 days without having to rewear or wash anything. And then you have 3 bottoms, which is plenty. You don't need a new bottom for every day. Tops, however, you quickly could need, right? But in reality, this depends so much on your trip, and I feel like this just locks you into such a rigid system, since it's like it forces you to do something. It's not moldable enough to... A little bit remiss if I didn't quickly at least mention my space-saving packing method, which essentially turns this rigid system into a flexible 10-step process that actually shows you how to pack perfectly and be prepared for anything, so that you have the right amount for your specific trip. Not some random 9-piece trip. Anyway, if you're interested, I'll add a link down in the video description to that. So yeah, the grid, it is an alright starting point for some, especially for shorter trips. But I really want to encourage you to use it as inspiration instead of a rigid system. Let it inspire you. Don't let it box you into this 9 little frame thing. Go out there, explore, try to plan out what you actually need for your trip instead of this viral little hack for now. Anyway, I have a lot more cool stuff upcoming here. I'm kind of going on a little bit of a spree recording videos here because I have some free time. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on this method as well. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.